I was asked recently, and it comes up every once in a while, if somebody should be dating a widower or a widow. They asked me about my situation, my dating, all that. And so I wanted to answer that person. There are a number of things that go into dating somebody who's lost someone. And I think it's the same thing if you've been divorced, but I think when you lose somebody, especially that you love, I don't know if it's sudden or if it's an ongoing thing. For me, it was ongoing. So I grew closer and closer and closer to my wife before she died. And so when she died, it was really that much harder. I don't know your situation. I know you gave a history of what you're dealing with him, and for anybody else out there, it's difficult. I think that the closer you are, I guess let me start with this. There's a timing issue, there's an emotional issue, there's a spiritual issue for most people, and there is kind of a healing thing and maybe a reality check on where you are. This happens to me all the time. I think the first thing from a timing perspective is if you're pretty close to the time of death of your boyfriend or girlfriend, to their loss, the closer you are to that, the harder it's going to be to really get into that person's emotional state and really connect that way. I think for me especially, just talking from personal experience, the closer I was, the harder it was for me to let anybody in. I was kind of an open book in how I was feeling. I wrote about it. Writing, by the way, is very cathartic if you want to do that. So I was very open in how I felt, but as far as letting somebody else come in, no, I was like, that is not going to happen. I don't think that was a possibility. Now, I was open and friendly with many, many people, and there were people who took interest right away. But I wasn't ready. And RJ talks about this on Single Dad. Even for divorcees, the closer you get to 2 years, the better it is, the easier it is for you to make solid decisions. Now, I don't know, everybody hears that mourning everybody goes through it differently. And I agree with that to a certain extent, but I think there are certain phases of mourning that everybody has to go through regardless. Some people put those things off, regardless of the timing. So if, let's say that the person that you're dating is constantly talking about the person that he or she loved, then that's probably not very healthy, because they're still not necessarily stuck, but they're still living in that relationship. They're not able yet to go on to another chapter in life. I read a statistic somewhere early on that people who lose their husbands or wives, widows, widowers, they get remarried within 1 year. That blew me away. That seems to be so quick when you're dealing with loss. And I think probably a lot of that has to do with the fact that people who lose their spouse, they didn't break voluntarily. They lost somebody that they love, so they want that relationship back. That's just my assumption. So that's a timing thing. Again, the closer you get to 2 years, and I agree with this, because at 2 years I really began to understand who I was, and this new chapter in my life had begun, and I had been going through the motions, but now I kind of got a good grasp of who I was in this new chapter, if that makes any sense. There's an emotional state, obviously. There's this tie to that person, and if that person is constantly talking about the person lost, then there's still that tie. If they're connecting with you and they're talking about, life with you and those things, and maybe, sprinkled in are the memories, I think that's okay. I do that still. But I think if the conversation is dominated by, oh, I did this, or this person did that, or man, she was great, or he was great, and that stuff, then there's still not that real deep connection with you. It's not you, it's that person. What else did I say? There's a spiritual element. For me, I'm a God guy, so I believed from day one that this was the way it was supposed to be. She was obviously in a better place, not dealing with pain and those things, so that was cool for me. But at the same time, I put a lot of my faith out front and thought, okay, if that happened, then from day one on, then God may have another plan for me. And I began just kind of, all kinds of stuff was going through my mind. And that wasn't right. It was right for me, I guess, as I was going through it, but for somebody else, it's not right. So let that person deal with those things. And then when they can really come to a good conclusion and a good state where they know, okay, this is where I am. I did lose this person. Yes, I love that person with all my heart, but I have gone on. I've been able to move on with my life. It's still there, but it kind of built me into the person I am today, as opposed to that's where I want to be, if that makes any sense at all. And then, gosh, was there something else? I don't remember, but I think those are pretty much it. If you're dating somebody, especially a widower, who talks about his ex-wife and romances the idea of his ex-wife, that, wow, reminiscing, that type of stuff, she was awesome and nobody can compare. Nobody can compare. That's totally true. But when that person is able to get to a state, both in timing, well, all combined, timing, emotionally, spiritually is the aspect as well for me, then I think that's probably healthy. Then you can begin to build a life together, as opposed to a life that is still separate because he's still living or she's still living in the past. So those are my 2 cents on dating a widower or a widow. It's just coming from personal experience. There may be many other perspectives out there, but I think that those are pretty much basic guidelines of healthy relationships. So I wish you the best. I know it may be hard if you really do love this person and he's still stuck in the past relationship. But if you have that relationship with him, then wait, be patient and let him go through, as hard as it may be, and let him go through his stages. And maybe keep a little bit of distance between yourself, maybe to protect your heart a little bit. But let him know at the same time, communicate those things. And, if he is there, then, and he hasn't heard it, maybe he doesn't realize it, then you can begin to kind of knock down those walls. So, I wish you the best, and good luck with that. Let me know how it goes.